Support the Girls is a 2018 comedy film written and directed by Andrew Bujalski. Don't know much about this director, not seen any of the guy's work before, but I have seen Regina Hall starring in other comedy films that I've quite liked in the past. She plays the main character Lisa in this film, and she was also in 2017's Girls Trip. I feel like that film got quite negative reviews and stuff. I actually found it pretty funny. It was ridiculous at times, and some of the humor was very over the top. But I think the characters really sold sold the humor in that film. I thought it was funny. And going into this film, I didn't really know anything about it. I just saw quite a few respectable movie critics give this film high praise, although it didn't particularly do all that well at the box office or anything. But I was still quite interested in this to see that it was quite a low, low budget sort of film. Didn't really have a wide release or anything, and yet it still managed to garner quite a bit of acclaim. So it definitely caught my attention. And honestly, personally, for me, I didn't really find this all that enjoyable. I found it pretty average. For a comedy film, it definitely didn't deliver. I mean, I would rather consider this as just I don't know, like a drama type film, really. I just didn't find anything funny at all. I can barely recall any moments that attempted humor or anything like that. So to say that this is a comedy film is really weird to me, unless it just went over my head or something. But I don't know. I usually enjoy a good comedy if it's done well and the comedic timing is on point and the humor is clever. But this just felt kind of drab. I think for me, what overtook the comedy, and probably for most people that ended up loving this film actually, was Lisa's love for her workers. Like the way she treated them, the way she put everything into them, the amount of care that she had for them. She was like a mother to them, basically. That overarching sentiment, I would say, did deliver quite well. I would say her performance was really quite good, actually. She was definitely the most interesting character to watch. Just everyone else in the film just felt like side characters. Like, obviously, she is the main character, of course, but I can't really say anyone else stepped up in any kind of way and made me think, oh yeah, you know what, I like you as a character. They just all kind of faded in the background. So I really ended up loving her caring nature quite a bit, but the issue was is that the people that she had all this love and care for just weren't very interesting characters. So everything in the film that was supposed to be emotionally sentimental would have hit much harder if the characters were worth caring about. That probably is just me though, considering how much love this film has gotten. But yeah, like I say, so many of the things that should have hit would have hit much harder if the characters were entertaining in any kind of way. If there was something that pulled me in about them, they weren't bad, they weren't annoying or anything like that. Well, occasionally they were, but they were just kind of whatever, they were just there. So there's this one scene basically where this guy makes an inappropriate comment about one of the staff, and then one of the die-hard customers comes in, and she's like, "Hey, you know what? You don't say things like that. I'm going to step in, and you can fight me if you want, because I'm more of a man than you'll ever be." That kind of thing, and it would have been a great scene if it was just delivered well, but it just kind of went by. I don't know. It just didn't hit in any kind of way. I just personally feel like the director didn't do a particularly great job of kind of bringing me into this film, bringing me into these characters. I don't really know what they could have done to change that, but for me, I just didn't find much of this all that enjoyable. There were some nice moments towards the end, but at that point I was kind of past caring. I just thought, nah, I'm not really that invested in this story to really care about this scene. If there was more emotional impact earlier on, I definitely would have been, hooked into this finale. I do also want to point out as well that so many scenes to me just completely lacked any kind of purpose. Like, they were just there for the sake of it. I do also want to point out like the lack of purpose in some of the scenes. Like they really just felt like they were just there, where they're outside washing the car. Nothing's going on in these scenes. And for a 90-minute film, to have like probably 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes worth of scenes that just led to nothing or had any kind of anything going on, it's kind of bad, because you don't want to waste a 90-minute film. It's already short enough. You don't want to be throwing in scenes that feel pointless. But yeah, to be honest, I feel like something went wrong along the lines for me. Something that was supposed to click just never quite made it for me. So I would definitely recommend this film, because I feel like so many people would love it way more than me. And if you have seen it, do let me know. But I would have to go with like a 5 out of 10 on this. There wasn't really anything particularly bad, although some of the performances didn't really impress me all that much at all, actually. But Regina Hall's really likable. That's what I can take away from this film. Overall, just pretty average to me. But yeah, I feel like some people out there would definitely love this. But if you have seen it, do let me know. Thank you for listening to what I have to say here. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know how I could improve my reviewing style, because I'm pretty new to this, so it'd be great to hear what people think. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. Have a good day. Goodbye.